All right, we're back. I wonder if Restream just like, I don't know. Everything was working fine. There was no problem on my end. It had to be something on Restream or Twitch's side. Because my PC was fine. No issues there. It's just like the bit rate. It's just kept saying unable to connect to the server I was streaming to, essentially. So, and now it's showing red in terms of like the bit rate that it's pushing. Dang it, bits. Yeah. What's up, Mary Jo? Seems good now, Huggins? Okay. All right, let's restart. But you could see we failed that level 18, because of stream going down. So we'll just do it again. I still have some more lunch to finish anyway. Too much peanut butter in the jam? I think you're right. All right. Are we ready? Everybody ready? We back? I am back, May. I don't know what's going on. I think it's the Restream servers. Ready, 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 ready. Say ready, say ready. All right, we're going to restart. What's up, JT? Good to see you. Keep it going, chat. Keep it going. All right, next next round. It's getting wonky for you again, is it? Yep. The bit rate's going up and down. It's in the red. It's got to be something with their servers, I think. My internet is fine. I'm going to double check mine now, actually. Internet download speeds are fine. We'll wait and see if the upload speeds go okay. Yeah, it stutters and then comes back, Huggins. Okay. That's good to know. Yeah. You know, I'm definitely down to like say, hey, it's my machine or something, but in this case, I don't think so. Uh-oh.
Huggins 7278 says and boof like that he's gone.
I'm still here. I'm still here. It's just the bit rate. Oh, my upload speed is wonky. That's what's going on. It's my upload. Maybe my internet service provider is like throttling me. They might be throttling me because I'm just like... My upload speed is normally supposed to be 40 megabits per second, but I'm only getting 5 right now. Yeah, too much streaming. Might be my internet service provider, like, flagging me or something. All right, we should be good now. Everything's back to normal level. All right, next level. They want you to pay for more bandwidth? Yeah. I feel like the delay on stream is pretty significant right now too. Nice.
Welcome in and thanks for joining today. I am Douglas 736.
All right, next round. All right, we got a fake letter. What's the fake letter, chat? Yeah. F is fake. F is fake. Good call. Good call. Ian Douglas, good to see you, by the way. L's. O-Y-I-S-E. Nice job, chat. You handled that one easily. I think O is fake. O is fake, chat. O is fake. Flail, nice. Put the nail in the coffin. O is fake. We are for sure now. A little hazy. Lily. I beat you to it, Ian Douglas. Woo! It's like a 12-second delay on the stream over here. I have low latency on. If I refresh. If you're noticing a significant delay, try refreshing the stream and make sure you have low latency on. I'll pause for a second. We have ads incoming soon. All right, we got another 11 minutes before ads pop up again. Look at us go. Just 5 of us playing right now. Killing it. EQCHEBS. H. I'm guessing Q might be fake. Then there's a hidden letter. Beaches. A is hidden. A is hidden. And Q is probably fake. A is hidden. Q is fake. Yep. Batches doesn't work. Okay. Takes. Yeah. Yeet. Chase.
An ad is about to start in 5 seconds. There's an ad running for 90.
Why did that happen? It showed, Twitch showed me like I have a lot of time. Woo! Yeah, now there's a 5-second delay after refreshing. Okay. All right. Myself, Ian Douglas, M. Huggins, May, and Rugmat. Doing good so far. Doing good, team. 10 seconds left. 10 seconds left of what? Ads? Tote. T-O-T-E. Okay. I think S is fake. Toilet. L is hidden. Nice job. Toilet. So S is fake and L is hidden. Yeah, team. We get locked whenever we get guesses correct. That's part of the thing that holds us up. That's why we need more people playing. Hey, if you're there lurking, you want to play the game, could use your help. Darn this 1-point letters though. Yeah. Low-T? Low-T? Yeah. Rackberg, did you see my message, by the way? All right. Douglas, Ian Douglas, Huggins, May, Rugmat. We're going to level 18. This is going to be super difficult for us, but let's see if we can do it. I don't know what's low T. Can I tell Rugmat's bot to define low T? At Rugmat bot. Are you there? Unit of money or something. Okay. All right, let's go next round. We ready? OYNHRM. Oh. Only 5-letter words, by the way.
Welcome in and thanks for joining today.
Hey.
Memes.
Hi, German Memes. Good to see you. Oh my gosh. Honorary? Harmony. Nice. Roman Rayon. Moray. Moran. Moni. Mayor. Manor. Enemy. Huggins, nice job getting Harmony. That was big win right there. Let me try MYNAH. That's a word apparently. E is fake. Yeah. And then the hidden one is H. The A is hidden. A is hidden. Bam! Manor. Then there's HOARY and ANOMY. Those are the last two letters. Those are the last two words. No, not horny. Oh, goodness. Oh, wait. What's the word between hooray and manor then? I don't know. No, it's not. It's why do you keep sending it, Ian Douglas? It's not horny. Or maybe it is. You know what? You're right. I think it was. I should have let it go through. My bad. I don't know if this is just like a family-friendly anagram solver or something. It got mod. Yeah, it did. It got modded. I see your messages going through though, Ian Douglas. GAACMNIZ. Oh, wrong area. Oh, May got manic. Ian Douglas got campaign.
Welcome in and thanks for joining today, Ryan Hawkins.
Oh man, it just locked me on that one. German Memes, you got Maniac, I think. Oh. Ryan Hawkins, good to see you. Ryan Hawkins got Panic. And Ian Douglas got Pacing. Pigman doesn't work. Maniac. Magian. Macing. Caping. Camping. Agamic. Cayman. There we go. Try acing again. Amiga. Amnic. Anema. Aping. Gamic. Panic. Panic. Panga. Pagan. Manic. Mania. MANIA. Manga. Magic. Mania. Magic. Gammon. Then you have aping. Where was that? Apian. APIAN. Nice job, chat. Level 20. Going to level 23. Our best for today and getting close to our record to level 28. Shout out to Ian Douglas, M. Huggins, May, Rugmat, iDream Memes, and Ryan Hawkins for helping us get here so far. Let's keep it rolling. ASNOTPE. Teopans? Tones? Support? Ponts? Patents? Patent? Only 5-letter words too. Pantos? Aeons? Tops? Notes? Top. Pete's. Spate. Santo. Panto. Stop. Tone. Oh my gosh, what is it? Napes. Oh, NEAPS. NEAPS. Napes. Oh, this is a hard one. Ryan Hawkins, what'd you get there? Pains? Nice. I don't... What's the hidden letter? Capes? Tapes? Napes. Cakes? Cake? Oh, Ian Douglas, what'd you get? Aeons. AEONS. Oh, W's in there. Weapons. Weason. Weapon? Somebody just do weapon singular? Yes. Oh, man, that's gonna be hard to beat. All right, level 23. Yeah. It is what it is. That's pretty good, though, considering how many people were playing. Good job, chat. Good job. Big round of applause for the team. Shout out to Ian Douglas, M. Huggins, May, Brian Hawkins, Rugmat, and iDream Memes. Rugmat, we were trying to define something earlier. What was it? I did define LOTI, L-O-T-I. Can you do that with your bot? Do I have permission to use your bot? Like, I went define LOTI, and it didn't... Or, no, LOTI. L-O-T-I. It didn't work. All right, chat, that's it for Words on Stream for today. Thank you for playing. Hope you had some fun doing that. We're going to get into the technical topic for today, and that is continuing to work on our Twitch extension, or Twitch VS Code extension, that is. And that is the VS Code authentication provider Twitch type. Huggins says the basic monetary unit of Lesotho equal to 100 Lesente. Ah, thank you, M. Huggins. Appreciate that. Assist there. Okay. Where did we leave off? I don't know. I'm going to have to look up my notes here. My notes says we have a bug whenever we're signing in after doing the following. We sign in, we get a success, then we sign out, and we get a success of that. Then we try to sign in again, and we get an error that the nonce does not match. So we have a bug to look into. Then something else I wrote. Attempting to sign in and out multiple times causes slowdowns and stuck at the loading browser for too long. So to do next stream, check into the bugs noted above. I think it might be due to how I sign in and out. That could be it. And use Copilot to write unit tests. That's going to be the next big step here. So, looks like we have some updates to do first, actually. Let's do a reload here. I need to do a quick potty break. I gotta go tinkle. I'll be right back, chat. Enjoy the tunes, play some sound effects while you're waiting, have some fun with that, and see if the DVD animation shows up and hits the corner perfectly, okay? All right, I'm back. How was that little break? I got a snack. I got chocolate covered almonds as a little snack too. I'm addicted to these. All right. Did all that. All that. So let's get reacquainted with what we're doing here. Guess I don't want to log that anymore, huh? That's one thing to note. Oh, it's logging the... log info. Where was that? I'm logging it somewhere. I gotta turn that off. And I should have it go into this. Welcome back, Clarkio. Alright, we're gonna sign out. And sign out from Twitch. Great. Sign back in. This is where we get the problems, right? I ain't doing anything. It's like it lost capability to do that. What the heck? Is it doing it and I'm not? There we go. Clarkio bot. Alright, so it's logging the ID access token and account. Where is that coming from though? Let's find everywhere it's happening. right, we got verified sessions, length, login success. Maybe it's happening around here. Is there any console logs actually? Oh, it might be right there. That's what it is. Don't need to do that. Get rid of that. Alright, so now if I sign out. Okay, and I sign back in. Yeah, something gets all wonky when we do multiple sign in and signing out. It must not be fully invalidating things. But one thing at a time. Let's first make sure it's not logging the access token anymore. Okay. Where am I logging the provider now too? Here? No, that's an error. Info? Nope. Somewhere we're logging the provider. Where did you go, my lovely? I wanna know. Where did you go? Oh, 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 wow. Alright, I don't think it's in here. It's not in Twitch server. Twitch authentication provider. Not in there. Huh. What's causing it to log that provider like that? Alright. No more of these. Done with that business. Oh, it's already logged it at this point. provider label. It's some object that has a key provider. What? Gotta be in the get session, maybe. Get sessions promise. Reading sessions from keychain. No. Let's control find provider. Control F, I meant. So it's like Twitch auth provider activated, and then boom. It must be this. It logged it again. Oh, excuse me. It's twice. What's causing that to log? It's right after this. Let's see. Maybe find references to that. Just right here. So it's got to be in the login function that I'm in right now. Or create session. Login success, return the session.
An ad is about to start in 5,000 milliseconds.
Okay.
There's an ad running for 90.
I mean, alright, I'm not gonna go hunting it down. It's fine. I could stay like that. Don't worry about it later. Let's figure out this login, log out thing. So if when I'm logging someone out, I remove the session based on session ID, and then that's it. What more do you need to do? Sessions await get sessions promise. Find that session with that index. Session change emitter, session removed, or it would log if it wasn't found. Session not found. So that seems like it's... It removed that session with splice. And then we session change emitter, fire. See what our...
Welcome in and thanks for joining today, Roy Lisi.
Hey, Roy. Roy Lisi. Good to see you. Welcome in. How you doing? Happy Friday. How do they handle logout? That's the thing. I don't have a good reference that handles logout. Never remove session. Go to the GitHub one. Where's the GitHub one? Too many tabs, Brian. Just too many tabs. Alright, it's gotta be right here. Alright. On did change configuration. So when the config changes, you want to update things. need to worry about that. What about, like, all right. Your event handler. I don't know why this is in here. Oh, I like the song. All right, we're reading the code. We got get sessions. After session load, we only fire telemetry. We don't care about telemetry. Check for updates. Oh, secrets change. Register provider, the type, the name itself, and then supports multiple accounts. Check it out. The type, the name, this, and then whether it supports multiple. I think we've realized that it's not needed. Is that needed anymore? I don't know. Oh, and then I have that. On did change secrets check for updates. Previous sessions. Read sessions. You gotten any better? Well, like health-wise, yes. Yeah. Adding session found in keychain. Another window added a session to keychain added to our state as well. Okay. Previous session stories. Another window has logged out, removed from our state. Yeah, I want to see if this gets fired off when I log in, log out type of thing. Where's my remove session do? I wonder if that's messing with it. That's always amazing to hear. What you checking? Checking out my code. I'm working on the VS Code extension provider. Or VS Code authentication provider extension that will allow you to log into Twitch. So I'm looking into... I'll show you in just a second, actually. So the extension runs inside of this, it's called an extension development host. Then I can say, hey, I want to sign into Twitch. It's these breakpoints. We're just going to let it do its thing. Which it's not doing. Maybe because I have that breakpoint, it's like messing with it. Reload. I guess it's thinking I'm signed in already, so I'm going to sign out. Logging out of that one. Hey, thank you for the follow, J. Henry, 10X. Welcome in. Happy to have you here. Step over that. Let's get our sessions. Is there a session index with that ID? If session index is greater than -1, that means we did find the session. So we found our session. Let's get that session out of sessions. There's a full object now. Yep. We're going to remove it from the sessions array. Then we're going to store that that should update. And then we're going to fire that. And let's step out. Okay. We awaited remove session ID, and then bam, we're logged out. Now if I go sign in, allow, yes. We hit the breakpoint. We got a token back. Getting user info. That's fine. Let's step out of this. We got a token back again. Result is going to be okay. Okay. That's good. Methinks. Why are we getting another token? Why is this getting called again? Oh, no, okay, I see. It's because I had the breakpoint in there. Okay, everything's, where am I stopped right now? Stop somewhere. Play. Got account info, yeah. We're returning this. Let's step out of this, please. Okay, now we have a session. Token to session. We created a... Is this thing bugs? Why can't I get past this? Step out. Step out. Okay, now we're getting the sessions promise. Step over. Let's get a sessions index. Do we have a session like that already? No. So now we're going to push that session onto the stack. And then we're going to store that. Store sessions takes in that. Set token JSON stringify sessions. Yes. Keychain. Set token does what? Secret store, the service ID, and the token. Oh, I might be getting this wrong. I'm not passing in a service ID. Where's the service ID getting defined? This dot service ID, where is that getting defined? It's a private, oh, it gets passed in when you initialize it, okay. Find all references. New keychain. Service ID is Twitch auth, okay. Okay. So then that should be fine. That should be fine. Step over, where were we? All right, so we store the session, then we admit that a new session was added right there, and then we step out of this. Login was a success. Oh my. Just let it play. Let it ride. All right, welcome back, clarkio bot. This is what's weird. Why would it still show here the opportunity to sign in, you know? It says sign in to use the Twitch Authenticator provider, and then it also shows that I'm signed in with the clarkio bot for Twitch. I wonder if I just, for now, for testing purposes, can I, instead of registering that command, I just tell it to activate right away? I'm gonna try that actually. Let's do this. Package JSON. Activation events, we're just gonna say star. I know it doesn't like that, but we're gonna do it anyway. Usually a bad idea impacts performance. Yes, understood, but we're gonna roll with it, and then I'm gonna get rid of these commands. So get rid of this, up to this, comment it out. That way, yeah. But then the thing is, it's not gonna have a user read email if I do sign in that way. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what happens. So the only reason why I was adding these commands in here, right? So I was saying, hey, VS Code, create this command from the that a user can activate from the command palette, and that will activate my extension, right? This extension. And I was just using it for testing purposes to see if the flow goes through, right? To activate the flow myself. But being that it should be built in and show up in like right here in the extension development host, once we get to that, maybe now it'll just show up since I told it to activate right away. Oh, it shows me as signed in still. So if I sign out, okay, it removed the session and I was successfully signed out. Now it's gonna be like, hey, you want to sign in? Yes. Authorize. You're signed in. We hit some breakpoints. Let's let it run through. Welcome back, clarkio bot. If I sign out, maybe that was what the bug was, because I had those registered commands.
Welcome in and thanks for joining today, Fucheros.
You sign out and I sign in. What's up, Frank? Good to see you, buddy. I think that might have been... Oh, no, here we go. Now we got the nonce problem. Cancel. Sign in again. Sign in failed. No auth flow succeeded. Okay, that's weird. Why is it sometimes it's cool and then other times it's not? Welcome back, clarkio bot. All right, so that's the one bug that we definitely need to figure out. Okay. We don't need those commands then, so I'm going to get rid of those commands. And what I think we need to do is we need to figure out what's going on with the nonce. Why it would... All right, let's get rid of this commented out code. Why would the nonce show up as a mismatch? You know what I'm saying? Oh, console log E. That's why that's... Because the change in sessions. That's where the logging was. I figured it out. All right, we knocked out two things right there. On did change sessions. Why am I just getting session? Welcome back. Oh, okay, okay. It's just picking. Okay, okay, that's okay. Yep, we're doing this get session right here, which does the VS Code get session. And then if we do have a session, then we send a little notification saying welcome back. Or maybe we should say you are now signed in as, and then clarkio or clarkio bot, right? You're now signed in into Twitch as that, right? All right, so let's look for nonce and figure out this bug. So I think what might need to happen is maybe it's using an old nonce from before. Pending nonces. Am I not updating that after final references to that? And accepted nonces. What is this? Handle URI. That's not being used by anything right now. Okay, so that's a little bit of a red herring. All right, so what's the login? Okay, in login, we're creating this nonce, which is a random thing, and we're creating and setting it up there. Oh, but we're not using that there. Should probably comment this out. We're not using the callback URI because we don't need it. Where was that being before? I don't think we're using that at all, actually. So creating this nonce and then never using it. I think we can comment all of this out. Hey, thank you for the follow, Nesh Codes. So we do login with local server. This is where we should be creating the nonce, I think. right here. Server nonce. That's why. So we're using the same... No, server nonce. So this is creating the nonce for us. Control find in here, nonce. Bunch of nonsense. Nonce. Nonce, 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 nonce. Nonce is always... Oh, we're using the same nonce. We should probably generate a new one after a successful login. So when we initialize this class, we are creating a new nonce. It might be caching the old one in memory or something. We go back here because we're saying create server. This server, it's a loopback server. Where's the loopback server? Right here. Find all references to that. Right, so Twitch server says, hey, when you want to do a login with the local server, let's spin up a new server called loopback auth server. And as a result of that being initialized, it creates a nonce on that. So it should be a new server. It shouldn't matter. But for some reason, the nonce is different. So what we can do is this logger.debug. Is there, what are our options here? Info. Server nonce. Yep. Good old Copilot, thank you. We're gonna log that there. And then when we get into the server and receive the nonce in the request, then we want to validate it and make sure. I want to see what it is. This dot logger. Oh, I don't have a logger here, so we'll say console for now. Log received nonce, received nonce. And we'll put a little breakpoint right there. Restart this bad boy. We'll see what's going on, right? And it always happens on the second login. So we're gonna have to log in once, sign in once, sign out, sign in again, and then see. Oh, it's not activating. Are you kidding me? Before it was activating. It's still Twitch sign out resulted in it. I didn't even hit enter on that. It's not found. Why are these? Something's being cached incorrectly or something. Let's stop it completely and restart. When in doubt, turn it off and turn it on again. Come on. Why is this showing in here? It's not activating. That's annoying. Why are you doing this to me? VS Code. Maybe I need to completely delete this out folder. Have it build from scratch. It's not activating. I told it to just always activate, and it's not activating. Right here, activation events. Just activate now. An extension must export and activate. Yeah. So activate, sucker. Why aren't you activating? Maybe you should tell it to get session just in case at the beginning too. See if it's already any sessions already logged in. And then you are signed in. You are signed into Twitch as that, right? Stop. Maybe there's like a session being found somewhere. That's why it's not activating. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. There we go. It's so weird how that behaves. Did we hit a breakpoint? We did. All right. How is it? It's not even receiving a nonce. How is it even going here already? That was that nonce. So looking back at the logs here, that's the received nonce. Where was the created nonce? It didn't show that. Thought we logged that, didn't we? No, we didn't log it, did we? Do this. Actually, no, we logged it right here, server nonce. Did that not happen? Or we just haven't hit that? No, what? What? How are we not hitting this brick? Like, we're not hitting here. Stop. Little live debugging in front of the live audience. What's up, Rockmat? How? I click sign in. Is server nonce not a thing? Yeah, it is. Why isn't it logging it? Wild. Oh, maybe because... I think I know. Let's just console log it. Console log it. So we are hitting that. It's just... we're not in like debug mode when we're running it for some reason or something like that. Wow. Twitch auth provider activated. Cool. Server nonce. Okay, they're matching. Good. Play it. Let's do it. We're signed in. We can close this now. Everything's all wonderful. And you're signed in to Twitch as clarkio bot. Perfect, right? So now I'm going to sign out. Yep, cool. Do your thing. We're signed out. Now we're going to try and sign in again. And this is where it's like the nonce does not match. They do match, though. Look at that. Thanks, Frank. Now, why does it say the nonce does not match? They do match. We have it right here. What? We got to figure out what this dot nonce. Okay. Console.log expected nonce. We need to do that. All right, let's try this again. Where is it getting this other nonce? All right, we're going to sign in once. Okay. We can get rid of this. No, we want that breakpoint. Cool. Everything Server nonce, received nonce, expected nonce, right? Yeah. Oh, wait, what's going on? Oh, click approve. Good, good. We can get rid of this breakpoint. Good, good. Close that tab. All right, now we're going to go, hey, sign out. Yes. Signed out. Let's clear the console now. Oh, I shouldn't have done that because I wanted to see what the last fudge. If it was still looking at like the previous nonce was there. Server nonce is that. Now it's just spinning. It hasn't hit my breakpoint yet. Oh man, what is causing that? Cancel. No auth flow succeeded. What is the deal? What is the deal? Site can't be reached. Server nonce, received nonce, expected nonce. Yeah. Okay. Let's try it again. Sign out. Yep. Sign in. Alright, so we have the new server nonce, but then it's getting stuck again. What is the deal? Something's borked right now. Cancel, close, do this, stop it. Yep, yep, yep. Alright. Debug session initiated again.
An ad is about to start in 5,000 milliseconds. There's an ad running for 90.
Alright, we're signed in. What? Oh, we're going to be signed in. We are now signed in. We're going to sign out. We are now signed out. Now we're going to try to sign in again. And this is where it gets bugged. What is the holdup? Trying with local server. Maybe because I'm logging in for the no scopes or something. Boom, 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 boom. Maybe that's why. It's logging in with no scopes. Maybe I should set a...
Welcome in and thanks for joining today, Chris Jones.
What's up, Chris? Chris Jones in the house. Maybe it's assuming... It might be something, an issue where I don't, like, because I'm not passing in any scopes, it's like, I don't know what to do. You know? It's just hanging here. Gotta wait and see what happens. What's going on, Chris? You got a win of the week to share? If not, no worries. Just waiting for this server to respond. Maybe it's not killing the other server when it's done. It should be though. Oh, we're not calling stop, I guess, are we? Well, we have finally. After 5 seconds, it'll stop the server. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I'm doing it too quick. I gotta wait 5 seconds for the previous server to stop. But I need to, like, if this resolves, I think if we get here, we need to do like server.stop. That might be it. Because like if we do get an access token, then we're done with the server. We don't need to do anything anymore. Like, we're done at this point. That might be a part of the problem here. Let's double check how the GitHub authentication provider is doing that. Hey, thank you for the follow, Kiki Patan. Welcome in. Here. So the GitHub server. Login. Where's there login with local server? Do login with local server. Okay. Yeah, so he's saying finally do that.
Welcome in and thanks for joining today, Ayush Sharma.
Hey, Ayush. What you do rest of the days? Could you elaborate on your question, Ayush? Not sure I understand fully. Chris Jones, win of the week. Realized yesterday at 4:50 that I'm on leave today and next week. That crept up on me. Hey, congrats on that, man. That's awesome to hear. Oh, this is if you're getting a code, though. Do log in with local server. Do log in without local server. No, this is the local server. But they're doing a code exchange. For me, I'm not doing a code exchange. I'm just getting a token. Monday to Friday. Do you work these days? Yes, I do, Ayush. You want to know like what I do Monday through Friday? Is that what you're saying? Let me know if I'm understanding correctly. Yes? So the other days outside of me streaming, I work at Sneak as a senior developer advocate. What does that mean? It changes, honestly, but as of late, I'm assigned to doing development on a project. So I'm actively coding each day, and then I'm also helping out with content, mostly written content right now for our blog. So those are the two main things, and then there's other stuff that happens in between that. Like, I was talking earlier with everybody in chat that like yesterday, I spent most of the day working with a particular client that we have that uses Sneak, and like running a workshop type of event, the big fix type of competition event with them, and helping them sort out some issues that they were running into and stuff like that. Next week's going to be a little like the main things that I do throughout the week as of right now, the past few months, is I'm coding on this project that we use in these workshops to enable companies to do competitions, security competitions. Bug bashes is what we're calling them. So I'm actively developing on that project, and then I'm also working on content. Like, that's the two high level things I'm doing. But then things fluctuate outside of that too. So like, another example of that is next week I'm going to be hosting the DevSecCon 24 live stream, which, by the way, have you all checked that out? I should be promoting it on here. It's free. Anybody can join up and tune into it. Let me get a link to share with everybody. DevSecCon. Check out DevSecCon that's happening next week. It's all virtual. There are, depending on what time zone you're in a region of the world, there might be a segment that's going to be more suitable for you.
Welcome in and thanks for joining today, Kiki Patton.
Kiki Patton, nice breakdown. Glad to be here. Appreciate you being here. I'm glad you found that useful, that breakdown of what I do. So we have APJ region. So it's happening June 27th next week. So in 4 days, next Tuesday. The APJ, Asia Pacific and Japan, is going to be from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time, AEDT. Actually, I could just share my screen, huh? Drop the link in the chat for people to check out too, but go there. DevSecCon 24. If you want to register for it, here's the link directly to register. But you can see we have APJ, EMEA, Europe, Middle East, and Africa, and then the Americas. I'll be hosting this segment of the conference, along with a Sneak ambassador. I know his first name is Kenny. I don't remember his last name offhand. But you can tune in and check it out. If we look at the Americas region... Oh, you choose which region you want to like register for. DevSecCon America, or you could just say all regions if you want to join for the whole thing and click continue. The reason why they want you to choose is like they're gonna have a different like YouTube link. It'll be on Twitch too, I believe, but a different YouTube link for each one essentially, since there's an hour gap in between each one. So just a heads up on that. But here's some of the speakers that we have. I was part of the CFP committee to help select the talks rather, and the speakers that go along with that. I'm very excited about some of the talks. Well, most of the talks, all of the talks. But there's certain ones that like really piqued my interest too. That sounded super cool and fun. So I'm looking forward to that. That's happening again next Tuesday. It's free. Anybody can tune in, check it out. If you want to be a sponsor, there's still room to be a sponsor. It's also, they're raising money for DevSecCon for Good. DevSecCon and Sneak believe that diversity and inclusion are essential for creating a vibrant, innovative, and sustainable technology industry. And you can donate to DevSecCon for Good today to help underrepresented communities gain access to education, training, mentorship, and other resources they need to succeed in the tech industry. So you can feel free to donate there. And it's going to go towards One Tree Planted, Net Hope, and Girls in Tech. So I think we've raised a good amount of money for this event already. Basically, like, surpassed the goal that I think they had set in place already. So that's kind of cool to hear. So yeah, check it out. Register. Join up. And I'll be sure to share in the Discord more details on this when I go live for that. So if you need access to the Discord, there's a link, clarkio.com/Discord. There's also the DevSecCon Discord if you'd like to join up in there, where you can speak with other developer, security, DevOpsy type professionals that are all focused on application security and things of that nature. You can learn from each other and whatnot. I'm in that Discord actively too. So there you have it. That's what's going on. But to come back full circle to the initial question from Ayush, like, what else do I do Monday through Friday? The mainstays are development and content creation, and then the rest outside of that fluctuates, like hosting a live stream next week for a conference, virtual conference. There you go. Thanks for the question, Ayush. Hopefully you found that useful. Where were we? We're still waiting, and I just closed the server that was waiting on that. Stop that. Let's delete the out folder. Yeah. Clear this all out. And oh, that's what I was looking up. Like, do I need to stop the server after login final references? So this is the thing that's awaiting that. What do we return from here? Just a promise with a string. And we're returning that as a result of login. Just throws another error, huh? Oh, so they would go out. Otherwise, it's going to log the error and just return it. Okay. So we go back into this. We're returning that, which is doing that. It's expecting a token. So it's going to return a token as a result of this. Or the access token string, rather.
Welcome in and thanks for joining today, Fuoko Fire.
Fuoko Fire, welcome in. I am working on a VS Code extension that does authentication into Twitch. And right now, what you're tuning in is I'm debugging an issue where if I sign in, sign out, and attempt to sign in again, I get an error. So I'm debugging that issue right now. Part of the issue is it's saying that this nonce that gets passed along in during the initiation of the authentication flow does not end up matching the nonce that gets received on the server that gets spun up to do that. What will the extension do, Rugmat? It's going to enable other extensions to utilize it, essentially, that want to have their users log into Twitch. So this extension, all its purpose is to be able to sign in and sign out of Twitch. Sign in into Twitch, get an access token that can then be used by other extensions to do things on behalf of that Twitch user. So sign in, store the token, sign out, remove the token type of thing, or like the four main functions of it. That's it. And then the idea from there is once that's complete and we can deploy this or publish it to the marketplace, then other extensions can mark this one as a dependency. So I have an extension that the line highlighter, I think you might have seen it before, Rugmat, but basically it's the line highlighter one where it lets people in chat go !line like 183 like that. In fact, I think I can turn it on right now. Do I have it in here? Oh, I don't have it in my WSL. That's why I'm installing it right now. So I have it installed now. and you can't quite see it, but at the bottom, or I can go like this. I can say Twitch highlighter, sign into Twitch. So right now my Twitch highlighter extension is doing the authentication flow within itself. All right, now I'm signed in. And now you see how like F. Pucheros did line 176 and it highlights that line of code for me. And it should tell me, yeah, Frank says from Twitch. And that particular user was the one that highlighted this line of code for me, right? Yeah, you think that it is cool, right? So I built that out with another member of the community that tunes into the stream here, Parathon. And what I want to do is make it more robust, essentially. Like, I don't want the authentication to be built into that extension alone. I want it to be built into this separate, because this is a new concept that VS Code has, this authentication provider. Like when you sign in with GitHub, or maybe, you know, like there's other extensions in VS Code that use GitHub. Like, there's a GitHub pull requests, like this one right here, GitHub pull requests and issues extension that I like to use because I use GitHub as my source control management system for my projects. And the way that works is I sign into GitHub. Let me move it out of the way. So you see that right there? I'm signed into my clarkio account on GitHub, and then it has access. So it's called an authentication provider. It's a new, relatively new, like within the past year, I feel like or 2 years or something like that. Well, let me back up. This signing in with GitHub, and you can sign in with Microsoft, a Microsoft account or a GitHub account. That was built into VS Code, but I don't know when exactly it became available to extension developers to create this whole thing called an authentication provider. So I don't know exactly when it happened, but it wasn't there from the beginning. Let's put it that way. And it wasn't there when I built out the Twitch extension that you're seeing, this line highlighter one. So that's why we had this authentication built into the extension itself. Now that this is available in VS Code, I want to break out, basically abstract away the login flow for logging into Twitch on behalf of a user into its own extension, and then have my extension depend on that extension. That's what's happening there. Clip that, please, so that I can have it to share with other people that come in and ask about the project. That'll make it short and sweet. Oh, nice. I didn't catch that was your plan. Yeah, exactly, Frank. So that's why when I run it, we kind of have it working right now, right? Let me show what's happening. What had happened was, so here you see a new VS Code instance open up. So when I'm running and debugging a VS Code extension, it opens up what's called an extension development host instance of VS Code that has that extension I'm developing loaded into it, okay? And so now you'll see that little option here that now says sign in with Twitch to use the Twitch authentication provider. This is just for testing purposes, but this won't be, like if you just installed this, people won't go directly and install this extension, this authentication provider. What they're going to do is they're going to install my extension that depends on this one, and so therefore VS Code will install it along with it. You know what I'm saying? And this will say sign in with Twitch to use the Twitch highlighter extension, essentially, is what's going to happen. But right now, because I'm testing it and trying to make sure everything works, I'm intentionally making it activate within itself. All right, so that's why this is saying Twitch authentication provider there. Okay, so I click on that. It opens up a new browser window that I didn't want to open up over here, but it did. Let me fix that and open it up so that you all can see. Pasted it. Nope, that's not it. All right, let's cancel that. Try again. And this is where things get busted. It's something about whenever the flow just balks. If I ever, like the first time I try to run it, everything goes good. It's the subsequent times. If I try to sign out and sign back in or cancel the mid-flow, it just doesn't handle that well. So I got to figure out what I'm doing wrong. Rugmat says, so can you reuse the auth code from the Twitch highlighter extension for this one? Essentially, well, it'll be the other way around. What'll happen is the Twitch highlighter will use the auth code that gets stored from the authentication provider extension. Does that make sense? Okay, so this is what's supposed to happen. VS Code authentication provider dev. Good. We're good to go. Click authorize. And then it's complete. You're signed in now and can close this, right? And it says Twitch authentication provider at the top. Done. So I come back over here and we can see, look, you are signed in into Twitch as clarkio bot. And then I can sign out. You can see now I'm signed in to clarkio, and I'm also signed into clarkio, well, for GitHub, and clarkio bot for Twitch. And then I want to sign out of that. The account clarkio bot has been used by Twitch authentication provider. Sign out from these extensions. Yes. And I successfully signed out. Now here's where the problem comes in. I want to look at the debug console. So what ends up happening is when we spin up a server to handle the authentication flow, opening up the browser and then coming back to VS Code, we create what's called a nonce to make sure it's basically a way of validating that the whole flow originated from this VS Code extension and not from somebody doing something malicious. So you create this nonce that only your server that initiated the flow knows about. So it's this randomly generated string, okay? And so you could see when I successfully logged in, the server created this nonce. And then when the authentication flow finished from me saying authorize Twitch, my Twitch account to have access to be used by this extension, it received the nonce on the server. And so we double check that. Let me, where's the remove highlight? Remove highlight. So when we come back in here, this is the server, and we receive a request to that route, or rather this route, the sign-in route, we check to make sure that the nonce that came as part of the query, the request, matches the nonce of the server when it's spun up and initialized for the first time. And if it doesn't, then that means something wonky is going on and we need to just stop it. So that's where we send back a message that says nonce does not match. We send a response basically, okay? So that's what's happening there. So if I try to sign in again, and I want to pay attention to what's being logged here. What is going to be the server nonce versus the received and expected? This expected one should always match the server one. The received one, we want to match those as well, but may not and if somebody's tampering with shit. Okay? So let's try signing in again. And we already got an error. Oh, and then it worked. What in the heck? Server nonce, received nonce. I think because it was more than 5 seconds, chat. I think I was on to something there. If I wait 5 seconds after a successful login, it seems like that's good. Or log out, I guess, maybe. So let's try this again. So we're signed in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to sign out. Now, if I sign in again, we have a new nonce, so it spun up a new server, but then it gets stuck. Is there anything in the console? There's the nonce, so we know that matches. It's Q0G. Q0G, yeah. Something, I think what's happening is the server that's being spun up is not properly closing out and like deallocating itself essentially. I mean, it might not be like, it's probably not typical for somebody to sign in, sign out, sign in, sign out like we're doing, but somebody might, right? So we should make sure we handle that. And what's weird is I don't think we're actually hitting this hitting this server. Let's think about this. If we get to the point where everything worked out, it might be like a race condition too, because it's like the promise. This is a promise that's being set up here. explain the selected code using GitHub Copilot. The selected code creates creates a new promise object that resolves to an IOAuth results object. The promise constructor takes a single function argument that is called with two functions, resolve and reject. These functions are used to resolve or reject the promise respectively. In this case, the resolve function is stored in the deferred object, which is used to resolve the promise at a later time. The reject function is not used in this code snippet. This pattern is commonly used in asynchronous code to provide a way to return a value or an error from an asynchronous operation. The promise object represents the eventual completion or failure of the operation, and the reject resolved functions are used to signal the completion or failure of the operation. So why is the reject not used? Why is it saying the resolve is used but the reject isn't? Oh, because the first parameter where, okay. So we should be doing like a comma. This is the reject. It's going to be reason any.
An ad is about to start in 5,000 milliseconds. There's an ad running for 90.
Oh. I don't ever use deferred.reject. Maybe I should do it in here. That's why. The promise is sitting there waiting and outstanding, and I'm never rejecting. That might be why. So we should do deferred.reject. Like we're doing it here. Deferred.reject. And then the reason. Yeah, like that. And then in here, deferred.reject. State does not match. I wonder if that's why? I wonder if that's what's hanging. You know what I mean? Like nothing's resolving. If there's ever an error, like when a nonce does not match, oh, which we need to do up here, right? Which should happen here. Deferred.reject. Nonce does not match. That's probably what puts it in a bugged out state, you know? I think we might have just sorted it out. So like if something goes wrong with sign in, then we need to reject. If something goes wrong with the OAuth, then we need to reject. But at complete, at these other things, or just the server, we don't need to resolve or reject yet. We're not done with the auth flow. The only time that there will be a potential interruption into the auth flow is if there's an error during these two routes. All the other ones should just be done. You know what I'm saying? However, here's the other thing. I wonder... Again, this might be a race condition, right? Because let's say on success, what ends up happening is Yoko Fire says, maybe you need some kind of mutex if the problem is you're waiting. I'm not as familiar with mutex. I feel like I've heard that term before, but you might be right. You might be right. So here's the thing. Let's walk through this, right? Let's say it goes through successfully. We get an access token, we get a state. We check it all. This is going to make the promise up here resolve, which is going to be its own like thread, if you will. I'm using that term loosely. Because how does this get? Because that's what actually gets returned from here when we wait for the OAuth response outside of the server. Whatever's using the server, which is right here. It's saying await promise, and it's waiting for that. It's waiting for it either to time out after 5 minutes or there's a cancellation. In which case it's rejecting. Promise from event. The default adapter is event. All right, return a promise that resolves with the next emitted event or with some future event as decided by an adapter. If specified, the adapter is a function that will be called with event, resolve, reject. It will be called once per event until it resolves or rejects. The default adapter is the pass-through function. There's the event, and there's the adapter. Controls resolution of the return promise. Promise or cancel. So it's saying any event. And the first parameter is that cancellation request. And then we're going to say reject user cancellation error. User canceled. And that's a promise. And that's a promise. So it's like whichever of this, it's saying, hey, await whichever of these three promises in the array here finishes first, essentially. So either the user cancels the auth flow, it times out, or we actually get a completed authentication flow and it's good to go. Now here's the thing, in the cases of these two, if it times out or the user cancels, what is that going to return? Subscription. It's returning reject and reject. So here's the thing, like if access token data ends up being nothing, so I need to do like, hey, if access token dot access, if there's no access token, then I didn't mean to do that. Like we're still gonna do it, but we're gonna be like, hey, void server dot stop. I think that's something I need to do in there. That's more guard logic to make sure. Because in these two cases, what's happening is it's returning nothing. You know, like it's not returning what we expect. And what's being expected is there's going to be an object that has an access token like this and the state on it, which we can see from final references to that. We await that, right? And we return it from here, which is the login function. Final references to login, and it's the Twitch authentication provider, which is expecting a token back, and that's why we return the access token. Everybody follow me there? And my future self that maybe has to come back and reference this. And then we try to create a token from that session. So here's the thing, like if it doesn't return, we should throw an error, I think. If login was canceled, do not notify a user. Otherwise, sign in failed. So I should throw an error actually then, huh? Right here. Server stop, and then we should say throw new error. No access token found. Or an access token was not returned from Twitch. How do I want to describe this? Because it could be like they canceled or timed out. Like an access token was not received, was not found. Not found or provided. You know? I think that might be what's happening here. All right, let's give this a shot and run it and see if we're getting a different... different result here. All right, so we're going to sign in. That usually goes through okay. I don't know why these breakpoints are getting hit again. There's all the nonce stuff. We're good to go. Authorize. Everything went through successfully. Cool. I'm going to wait 5 seconds. We're going to sign out. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just to be sure. Try to sign back in. Get a new nonce, and this is where it just spins again. Oh, but we hit a breakpoint. That was much faster. We hit the breakpoint much faster. What's this dot nonce? Oh, it's different. It's the old one. You see? So that is a bug too. It's still using the previous server. The server's not closing down. It's not spinning up a new server for this whole authentication flow. It's using the past server. This one that happened even though we already successfully completed this. That's part of the problem. Okay, so that confirmed my suspicion. This is the nonce we received, which was the new... So there's a new server. Basically, we have 2 servers that are running right now. 2 login servers. The one that worked before and the authentication completed, and this new one that started off this whole authentication flow, which probably indicates why that was getting hit twice. So here's the server nonce. This is the one we received, but the expected nonce is not being updated. That's the problem.
Welcome in and thanks for joining today TypeScript Tea Time.
Hey, TypeScript Tea Time. You got a win of the week to share? If not, no worries. No pressure. Good to see you. Happy Friday. I just discovered a bug, or a cause of a bug, rather. We've discovered the bug in the past already. Okay. So, find all references to this. This nonce gets assigned at initialization like this. Maybe I should set it up in the constructor to just always set the nonce then instead of initializing it with the value. Or I should make sure. I don't think I need to. I need to make so I think the problem is I'm not shutting down the previous server completely. When things go through successfully, What could possibly cause that though? Can I say in here, like, in the middle of this dot stop? But then that will shut it down. I think I need to do this dot stop no matter what. This void server stop. This finally is not... It's not like fully happening. It's like it's never getting called, I wonder. I got an idea. We have the breakpoint. Like, all right, let's do this. Like, console dot log stopping server. Yeah, stopping login servers. Let's find out when it actually gets stopped. And then console dot log waiting to stop server in 5 seconds. I want to see when, like, that happens. Right, when the finally actually gets called. I want to see that. Alright, so we're going to run it. We'll successfully log in one time. Authorize. Bada bing, bada boom. We're good to go, right? Waiting to stop server in 5 seconds, stopping server. So it already stopped the server. Wow. It already stopped the server. So then the question is, if it's stopping, why is it still using the old nonce? Because this server, see, like, this is a constructor. It should be creating a whole new instance of this loopback. Or is it not? It's saying new. It's like caching that or something, man. Like, it's weird. Why would this work fine? This might be a bug in the GitHub authentication provider then, right? What is there? Do login. Let's get on. Yeah, GitHub. Find do login. No. Do login with local server. We're returning the wait with progress. Signing into right? Then it does this. Existing nonces, pending nonces, get scopes. Am I doing that? We're not doing that. That might be why, I guess. We're not doing that whole pending nonsense. Pending nonsense. Set scopes, existing nonsense, nonce. Where's nonce? Where's nonce coming from? Oh, it's getting passed in. Where's my nonce coming from? I'm just getting scopes. Okay, so that's how it's differing. Where's the nonce coming from here? Nonsense, they get random bytes. Okay, so maybe I wrote that? Maybe I changed that around? Yeah, so during login is the part that's supposed to create the nonce. That gets passed into this function. Honey? That was the song that made that sound like of somebody walking behind me. That was weird. All right, so we want to come back here. Let's stop this. This we're gonna get a nonce string, and then we're gonna find all references to that, which should just be this one, and it's in here. Knock, knock, yeah. That's the one you're thinking of? Yeah. I was like, I know I have that handy somewhere. Copperbeard used to play that all the time when I was streaming. Nice. Good old Copperbeardy trolling you. Alright, so then how do they pass in nonce, right? So nonce flows in here. Then it does this whole pending nonsense, existing nonsense. When does it ever... Honey? Hello? Oh, she must be on a call or something and she's talking to somebody. I'm like, what is she doing? Login. Oh, that's without local server. Mother, may I? Login with local server is the one I was looking for. Await prompt to continue. Return await. Do login with. So I should be doing that. I guess too. I am prompting. What am I doing? It's right there. I guess I don't need this nonce. It's just nonsense. to create a nonce somewhere? Yeah, they're doing it like that. It's getting the nonce. The nonce doesn't match. Nonce doesn't match or doesn't exist. And that's it. Okay, when it starts. Oh, look at that. Do I have that? I don't know what's in here. Yeah, I have that. We have server.close. Should await it, right? Maybe that's why. Should we await it? Like, why is it being prefixed with void? In TypeScript, the void keyword is used to indicate that a function does not return a value. Okay. In the selected code, void is used to indicate that the stop method of the server object does not return a value. This is useful for functions that perform some action but do not need to return a value to the caller. Note that using void is optional in TypeScript and you can omit it if you prefer. Okay. Okay. So we know this is being called. I think what I need to do next is like when we initialize a new, well, one, I want to log in here like console.log inside server attempting to stop. Console.log done. Console.log error. Right? I want to see when stop actually finishes the promise. Because like what we were doing before, the reason why it was like so fast, well, what we saw before is because we were just logging, you know, we're like logging right away. It's like, but that's so weird that like it didn't even wait 5 seconds. It should be like after 5 seconds it does it. But anyway, it's a fast 5 seconds. So what was the other thing I wanted to do? I want to see if it actually finally stops, and it does. I think in this case I want to await it. Make sure it fully stops, and then throw the error. Getting a little confused or losing myself here. I want to... Oh, the other thing I want to do is log the... Like when we create a new... Yeah, a new server. Or a new instance of this loopback auth server, right? We're creating a new instance of that class. We're going to say console.log new loopback auth server. Nonce. This.nonce. Let's see when that happens, right? We should see it happen at least 2 times when we go through the full flow. All right. All this to debug, right? Here we go. Okay, loopback auth server nonce is that. Everything went through. Inside server attempting to stop. But it never stops. You see that? We logged here, but it never actually logged this.
An ad is about to start in 5,000 milliseconds. There's an ad running for 90.
Oh, you see that? This stops the server from accepting new connections, but keeps existing connections. This function is asynchronous. The server is finally closed when all connections are ended and the server emits a close event. The optional callback will be called once the close event. So how do you actually stop a server? So it's attempting, but it's because there's an active connection. What's connecting? What's still... Is there a socket connection? Is that what it is? Passing a socket. So this is a timeout for sockets. Huh. Oh, that's that. close. So I could see the connections. Maybe I set max connections to 1. Like, how do you get the connection to stop? How do you close a connection? Let's go Node.js HTTP server close a connection. How do I shut down a node server immediately? Yeah. The trick is that you need to subscribe to the server's connection event, which gives you the socket of the new connection. You need to remember this socket, and later on, directly after having called server.close, destroy the socket using socket destroy. Additionally, you need to listen to the socket's close event to remove it from the array if it leaves naturally, because its keep alive timeout does run out. Uh-huh. Server dot on connection. Where do we set that up? Server dot on listening. Server dot on error dot close, and then listen. So I need to do on connection. Or we can just set server's already started. So, I suppose. Can I move this over here actually? Oh, that's good. Yeah, I like that. Much better. Oh, server stopped. It finally stopped. So that's got to be it. It's just the connection is staying alive until its natural timeout. So I think if I just set... I'm trying to think of the best way to handle this. I can make it naturally time out sooner on its own, but then that would interfere with like a real authentication flow. Like if I set it to be too short, then a real authentication flow, you know, somebody might just take their time to click the authorize or whatever it may be, and it just will never work. So I think I need to just be like, if this goes through successfully, let me close the connection myself instead of waiting for it to close on its own. Right? But now we finally got that log. I should have timed it, like timestamp maybe. How do you do a timestamp in console log? Console.time? That's what we should do. We should see how long it actually takes the timeout. Or, I mean, I think we could look up, like, what's the default connection timeout? Node.js HTTP server default connection timeout. Keep alive timeout. Socket set timeout. What is the default one, though? Timeout is distinct from keep alive timeout. Socket.set timeout cannot set the HTTP keep alive timeout in a Node.js server. You should use keep alive timeout and turn TCP keep alive on at the same time with using set keep alive. Let's go docs. Let's go with like 18. HTTP. There's a that's agent. Client request. Server. Where are you, server? Yeah. Yeah. Hold on, chat. All right, I'm back, chat. Let's try to sort this out. At least get an idea of what to do next. And then I got to get going. Server close. Close all connections. Closes all connections connected to the server. That's what we should do. Can I just do that then? Go to stop. This server dot close all connections. Why doesn't it like that? Does not exist on type server. Well, maybe we need server.destroy? Discard. There's a keep alive timeout, get connections, listen. What's off? Remove an event listener. Remove all listeners. It's just weird that you can't. I mean, I could just get the connections and then stop. Asynchronously get the number of current connections on the server. It doesn't return the connections. It just returns a count. Ugh. That's so weird. Removes all listeners or those of the event specified? No. The number of milliseconds of inactivity a server needs to wait for additional incoming data after it has finished writing the last response before a socket will be destroyed. If the server receives new data before the keep alive timeout is fired, it will reset the regular inactivity timeout. A value of 0 will disable the keep alive timeout. No. So weird. So I essentially need to do inside here server.onConnection. This Server dot on on connection. Nope. Connection. And then it should be like, what is it? Socket? This is weird. Why is it? Is it just because of version 18? What version of Node are we running in here? I guess I can look in here. What version of Node is VS Code using? It's 1816 in there. That's what I'm looking at right now. Server close idle connections. Closes all connections connected to the server which are not sending a request or waiting for a response. Is there a connection that I'm leaving open? Oh, look at this. Added in 18.2. Yeah. What version is VS Code? GitHub.com/Microsoft VS Code. Oh, sorry, chat. I don't see you. There you are. Package JSON. What's it saying here? Dependencies, Node. Node 16. Ah, okay. So that's why. VS Code is not using Node 18, it's using Node 16 right now. Which does not have that function. Close all connections. That would be nice. Node.js, HTTP server, close connection. Force close all connections. Subscribe to the connection event of the server and add open sockets to an array. Keep track of the open sockets by subscribing to their close event, then removing the closed ones from your array. Call destroy on all of the remaining open sockets when you need to terminate the server. Okay. Ooh. Listener on connection. It's going to take in a socket, generate a new unique socket key. All right, so it's going to be socket. And then what we're going to do is we're going to say public, or just not even public. We'll go private, open sockets. And it's going to be http.socket array. Yep. What's the problem? Namespace HTTP is no exported member socket. Outgoing. On. Where's on or dot on? Come on, show me dot on connection. Connection. Here we go. Socket. This is exported from, oh, it's from net. All right, F it. It's just gonna be any pain in the butt. Socket. Say this dot open sockets dot push socket socket dot destroy. Yeah, okay. So then what I can do now that that's done, now when I go server stop or server.close, it's going to attempt to do that. Actually, before that, what we can do is we're going to say, yep, wow, this that open sockets. And then for each of those, if socket dot, if not destroyed, right? If not socket dot destroyed, then we're going to call socket destroy. Socket destroy. Let's say console.log socket dot it's just destroy. Excuse me. Reuse socket, request socket, max request per socket. Where's the socket type? Socket to me now. That's because it's under net, right? LMNOP, MMNNO. Yeah. Socket. Okay. So what I want to do, import socket from net. All right, so let's do star as net from net, and then we should be able to say now net dot socket. Final reference to this. It's gonna be a net dot socket. Oh my gosh, I'm not typing that. Dot socket. Now if I go to that, I can see the properties on it. Yay. Pause, resume, set timeout, no delay, da 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 da. Okay. Why is it complaining? No, what's the problema? Socket dot, yeah, what's on here? Socket dot, is there like an ID? Or just... any identifier or something like that? What's a ref? Nope. Resume, timeout, uncork. You want to uncork your socket? Anybody here want to uncork their socket? Is it all corked up? All right, well, I don't think there's anything I can just, let's just log it, I guess. I don't know. So essentially, this should stop it right away. Right, so we're attempting to stop. We're inside a server. Attempt to stop, done. And if there's an error, though, it's going to do that. Okay, let's try again now. See if it stops immediately after authentication completes. Oh, I'm signed in already. Interessante. Sign out, please. Okay, let's sign in. Yep. Waiting to stop server in 5 seconds. There was 1, 2, 3. There was 3 sockets. Okay. And we closed them all. Inside server, attempt to stop, done. Server stopped. Right there. We did it, chat. We done figured it out. So now, if I go to log in again, I shouldn't have any, or I'm signed in. If I sign out and sign back in, oh yeah, daddy. Oh yeah. Yes, 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 and yes. Woo, what a bug, man. That's got to be a bug in that GitHub authentication provider. It's got to be. I kind of want to test it out. Like if I sign in. Oh, thank you for that, Nafron. Thank you for still being here and still chatting with me, Nafron. Appreciate you. I wonder, because again, remember, I'm using this authentication provider. I'm using the GitHub authentication provider as a reference here. And I don't think it's actually stopping the server until the connection closes. On its own, like until it times out on its own. There is nothing telling it to like, hey, you should, you know, unless maybe this is it, port timeout. Timeout waiting for port. Maybe that's what does it in there. I'm trying to understand their code. Maybe you can force HTTP 1.0 that close connections after each request. Is that what it is, maybe? That's, oh, you might be right. It's using a different version of HTTP. That protocol. I wonder if this is gonna, you know what? I wonder if when VS Code bumps up to use node 18, because maybe it's maybe in node 16 it doesn't close, or no, what am I thinking? No, because I'm running within 16 right now. My machine is running node 18, but VS Code instance here is running. I don't know how you can tell what VS Code is using like while it's running, but VS Code itself within Electron and the Electron runtime, I guess, right? How it bundles its own executable of node, or what, I don't know what that might not be the right term to use, but you get the idea. Like node is kind of being bundled inside of Electron, which is what VS Code is running within the context of VS Code is running within, and whatever version that is determines the version of node that it's relying on, and then depending on that will indicate the behavior of it. I think this is a bug. I guess I can test it out, right? Like if let's close this up. The thing is, I don't want to sign out of my... I don't want to sign out of this because then it's going to mess with all my settings and stuff. Do I have... Is there like, maybe can I sign in Microsoft? Sign in code spaces? No. Sign in to GitHub? Microsoft? Maybe, because you know when you sign into Settings Sync, it like tells you... What if I turn it off? Yeah, if I turn that off. Just turn it off. And if I go turn on Settings Sync, it's going to say sign in and turn on. Insiders. Ah, see, this is where I can sign in with Microsoft. Sign in with GitHub. Uh, I, I don't know. What do you think, chat? Do you think it's a bug on their part? Is anybody using VS Code right now that can maybe test it out? I want you to sign into GitHub, sign out quick, and sign back in before the server closes all the connections and see if it... Well, you know what? It might not be a problem because they're not checking a nonce. If you look at it here, right? Yeah, they are. They're checking the nonce. What am I saying? They check state. They check that the nonce is a value and does not equal that nonce.
An ad is about to start in 5,000 milliseconds. There's an ad running for 90.
All right, what I'm going to do is... Do I need an extension? I don't think you do. You should be able to just go... to sign into GitHub. I think you should be able to just... It's a good question. Add. Manually destroy all sockets so the server can fully close immediately. Hey, thank you for the follow, Studio JVLA. Everybody back from ads yet? Are you back from your ads? Rugman says user setup. Back from ads. Why is Alt bringing up my Windows? Yeah, see, it's node 16. Who is it? Okay, I'll be right there. I forgot to change it. But, all right, so you see right there, node 1617. Thank you. Okay, well, now we know. I'm going to commit this fix, and we'll call that a day at least. So we completed attempting to sign in and out multiple times causes slowdowns and stuck in loading browser for too long. So we fixed that. Which I think probably, yeah, fixes the nonce problem too. All right, so what's today? 6/23/2023. We fixed nonce issue. This was, hold on, honey, was due to server not fully closing. All right, so next time to do for next stream, we're gonna use Copilot to write unit tests. All right, chat. That's the plan for next week. We're gonna write some tests, some unit tests, and then we can start deploying and publish this extension. And then we can start using it in the VS Code. Then we'll really know how it works or how it behaves by trying it out in the Twitch highlighter extension. That'll be a fun day. I can't wait for that to happen. That could potentially happen next week. We'll see. All right. I am on Insiders. I'm on the green Insiders one. Oh, that got bugged. There we go. Rug map. Okay, let's commit these changes. What did I change? We'll leave that as star for now, but I gotta remember note to self, I gotta remove that star before we actually publish. Auth server, we did the net changes and we added all that extensions, we removed that was unnecessary. We removed those and we changed that. Okay, cool. Authentication provider, we added that and removed a console log. That's fine. And what's this? Commented out unnecessary code, I guess, for now. We can remove this console log. I think we can remove all the console logs, actually. Yeah, let's get rid of those console logs before we do that. That's in Twitch server. Get rid of the nonce there. What were the other ones? Those all to the right. Finally. Where's the finally? This dot logger dot info. Stop being the login server. Okay, I think that's fine. We haven't hit that yet, so that's fine. I guess that finally should happen anyway, even if I don't do this, right? I could probably get rid of this code, I think. I think I can get rid of this code. Now that we know that this is definitely being called, and this was never being called because we were never seeing this error get thrown. It's interesting. We have a try, but no catch. I'm going to remove it because I don't think we actually need it anymore. I don't think there's a case where we return access token data and it's nothing. I guess it'll come back as undefined. And then we return that from login. And login, final references to that. Return to token. This token to session, does it check? We don't have any guard logic if that token is valid or not. We need to put something in here and be like, hey, if no token, then we need to like get bounce. Throw new error. Auth token not found. Yeah, I guess we'll do that. Or we'll put there was an issue retrieving an access token. Okay. I think that should be good like that. We have no more logins, right? Or logs. Here, are there any logs in this? Yeah, we got to get rid of these logs in the auth server. .log. Get rid of those. Console.log. Get rid of that one. And then that's it. There's no more of those. Okay. Let's commit it. Still work in progress. But we're going to say fix. Close server fully. Or fully close server. Fix. Fix to fully close server. Yes. And sync those changes with my working solution branch. Okay. There we go, chat. That was that. Pause the music. Play the end song. All right, folks, we're going to call it today. That's it. Appreciate y'all being here. Thanks for hanging out. If you were here for a little bit of it, or just caught little glimpses here and there, very much appreciate all of you showing your support, whether you just lurked, you chatted, you followed, you subscribed, whatever you did. Thank you so much. It's all very much appreciated. And I'll be back next Friday, 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. That will be June 30th. We're almost to July. June 30th. Hey, thanks for the farts. So yes, thank you so much for being here. Hope you have a good rest of your Friday and weekend. Think about your wins. Get them in the Discord, okay? Throughout the week. This is your reminder. If you need an invite for the Discord, clarkio.com/Discord to get the invite there. If you want to keep up with what I'm doing, that's the best place to do it. Or sometimes on socials. My socials are right there from the stream element spot. All right? If you've been watching, lurking all this time, and you're not already following the stream, be sure to follow it. If you're watching on YouTube, like and subscribe if you will, so that you can get more of this content. All right, everybody? Thanks a bunch. I'll see you next time. Have a good rest of your Friday and weekend. Peace out.